Welcome to Mosik Café. Pull up. Welcome to Mosik Café. I'm your host, Mosik. Thank you for tuning in today. Make sure you subscribe on the link below. Listen, I want to get right into it. I don't want to waste any more time, do you?
No.
I don't want to waste any more time. I have a very special guest with me today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Grammy Award winner, celebrity stylist, Eric Santiago from New York, Harlem, New York. Harlem, baby. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on my show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I'm so glad you're here. I've been looking forward to this ever since I started to do Mosik Café. You were immediately like one of the people I wanted to sit down, have a conversation about you, about your life, about what you do as a celebrity stylist, about the industry, the business, the good, the bad, the ugly, the sexy, all of that good stuff.
All right, bring it on.
So let's bring it on. So talk to me. Let's go back.
Sure.
Where did this all start from you?
Well, I kind of actually started out backwards in the business.
Okay.
So when I got into it, I started out in film instead of just like commercials or editorials. I started through filming major motion picture with Vanessa Williams and Tatum O'Neal and Fragile Star and Ashawn Kears. So I started out in film and it's developed from there.
Interesting, nice. How did that little film piece came about for you?
I bumped into it. A friend of mine needed help and I was off from my corporate job and I decided to go in there and help him out as an intern. And I winded up becoming the wardrobe supervisor by the end of the film. Wow. So it's called My Brother, guys, if you want to check it out.
My brother. So a complete accident led you to pursuing this field.
Yeah.
Were you always like passionate about this thing?
I was never into fashion. I was very fashionable,
yeah, but
never into fashion to make it into a career.
Okay. Okay, very fashionable, but never. I get that. I like that. I like that. That's a tweetable, y'all. If you tweet it, go ahead and tweet that thing. All right, cool. So how did things start to evolve, right? Because what you said, that's kind of scary, right? You leave Did you actually leave your corporate position?
Yes, I had to leave a six-figure corporate job.
Ouch.
Shout out to Great Advertising.
He said 6 figures, wow.
Doing the Nexium, the Purple Pill.
Okay.
And I just transitioned into fashion and I fell in love with it.
Now, you did fall in love with it. Falling in love with it and then putting in the work can be exhausting.
Very. You have no life. So if you're trying to get into this business, don't expect to hang out with your friends, family, your loved ones. It's just hard to balance it all out because you're constantly called in different directions, especially traveling. Like I just came out of a tour. Right. I think I saw you in one of my tour dates actually.
Absolutely. That was a good
appointment. Yeah, so it's just a lot of time consuming, you know, as far as time for yourself.
See, I'm glad you actually went into that segue already about the hard aspect of it. Just like anything, you know, it takes a lot of hard work because I've already had a lot of young people that are so interested in wanting to be in this field, but then when you start to talk to them about the daily grind, it doesn't become attractive anymore.
Yeah, and they also have to keep in mind that they have to intern. So a lot of people that go into this business, they think they're gonna go into it and they're gonna just make money. I didn't make any money until 2 years after me interning with one of the best stylists in the industry, like June Ambrose and Eric Archibald and Roger McKenzie. So working with alongside these people, it's what guided me to where I'm at now. So I had to get that experience. So if anyone's interested in getting in this type of business, they need to intern for someone that's doing well out there in the fashion industry.
Do you think, because most of the times when we say the word interns, the demographic for that or the target audience for that is you know, college age individuals or high school individuals. Do you think there's room for people post? You know, people who already have a career. Let's say I'm 35, and all of a sudden...
There's no age limit.
Love that.
There's no age limit. You always follow your dreams, follow your passion. Don't let your age, you know, handicap you in what you want to do in your life. So, you know, people go to college now and they're 50 to get their degrees. So never settle for anything less.
Absolutely, absolutely. So one of the things I love about you is that you're always evolving, right? You're always moving, you're always progressing. Every time we talk, there's either a new project that's already in the works, or a new venture that you've been working on. You just didn't say anything about it, and then you're like, you know, blah, blah, here it is. How do those things come about for you? Are those some of those things you actually seek out? Do some of them come to seek you? Is it the reputation of your work? Like, what is it about you in these various ventures?
To be honest, it's always about being at the right place at the right time. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Relationships.
Keeping relationships, keeping the dialogue open, emailing your clients, hey, what's up, what's going on? Just keeping the momentum going. A lot of people, they get lazy and they expect people to come to them. But if you don't reach out and just say hello, you know, and you'd be surprised how many emails you'll get back saying, hey, I have a project that we're working on and I think you would be perfect for it. Or, oh my God, I was looking for someone and you're just the perfect person I needed right now. So you gotta keep with it. You can't just lay around and expect someone to just, you know, seek you out if you're not going out there and putting your face out there. Even visiting and going to industry parties and getting your face out there.
And I think that's so important too, because part of that, what I'm hearing too, is you really working your craft. Yeah, you work in your craft. You're working your relationships, because your next opportunity could come from a relationship, but you also work in your craft. You're working that communication. You know, these things are massively important, massively important. What has been, because I know there's not all sexy to this day.
Oh, no. For me to look this pretty, it takes a while. No.
Man, it took you like two and a half hours. I was like, this dude, man, let's go. Come on, I'm about to shake you.
You have to be ready in the drop of a dime. You have to be ready in the drop of a dime. And it's a process to, the grind is a process. I mean, you should see me running around with garment bags, you know, not just one, but like 5. You get little calluses on your fingers, you know, like it's tough work. Everyone always sees it on television, they see it on film, but they don't see everything that went behind the scenes. So you basically get to see the client already dressed up and looking cute, but not the behind the scenes.
And the hours. Talk about the hours that is involved with this thing.
Oh my God. Hours and hours and hours and hours. There's no like set time. There's no time that you can say, hey, I'll be home by 6 for dinner. You're right. Like I can never make any plans that's gonna give me a time frame of when I'm gonna be home. Do
you find that particular part difficult, especially when it comes to like connecting with family, some of the things that are core to you?
Yes, because you have to balance it out again. So there's times that I have to say no, because I want to spend time with my niece for her birthday. You know, I want to spend time with my mom, you know. So sometimes you have to say no, and it's not always about the money, you know what I mean? So there's times that I've definitely had to pass on projects just because I was going to miss out on a momante time with my family. So yeah, that's a sacrifice.
Absolutely.
It's a sacrifice.
And that's key. Those are, you know, time is one of the things I said, time you can't get back.
Right.
This time thing, you can get money back, you get people, but time, you can't get that back. And that, like you said, that valuable time with people that you love, that's major, major. I actually saw you, I had the opportunity and the privilege to see you at the, I think it was the 4th annual Fashion Week in Dominican Republic, Santo Domingo.
Yes.
And let me tell you, y'all, he gave me a sneak peek. He took me backstage. This thing was chaos. It was, but it was an organized chaos, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, because all the designers have their, you know, their separate section, but when you see the models, that's what makes it chaos, because the models have to quickly change into the next outfit. They have to change for the next designer. So it's a constant motion, and it looks crazy because all you see is naked people with clothes flying in the air, trying to get ready, you know, for the next, you know, runway show.
Absolutely. And that thing, I mean, when I saw it, I was like, this is a totally different world. But I got it though, because it was, like I said, it was still organized. And the way you described it, you have the models and the designers and the clothes and the makeup and this and that.
But the best part is when you see it on the runway, how you would never expect, oh my God, that's what I saw behind the stage, and look how beautiful. Amazing it looks.
The finished product is always beautiful. Isn't that, man, I'm about to get a little deep now.
Okay, all right.
Have you found with your life and relationships where you felt like people have overlooked you or misunderstood you because they didn't see the finished product of Eric Santiago?
Honestly, I don't care. I don't care whether they do or don't, because at the end of the day, I know I'm satisfied. Exactly. I know that I fulfilled my job. I know I fulfilled what I was contractually to do for my client. I really don't give a shit.
Absolutely. And this is why I got you on the show, because I want people to understand that it takes a level of confidence to do what you really want to do. And to have that thickness, I like to call that thick skin. We from New York, we call that thick skin thing. Yeah. That thick skin where, you know what, it's like people can say whatever they want to say or think whatever, but it's gonna just like bounce off.
Yeah,
bounce off.
And to be honest, also I think it's because of being in this business for so long. It's been 12 years for me now. Yeah. There comes a point in time where you know you're satisfied with your work, and then if the other person or client doesn't recognize that work, then they're not meant for you.
Absolutely. One of the if we could talk about this, you actually had the opportunity to do the red carpet for Jumanji.
Oh yes.
The new Jumanji featuring Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson.
Yes.
And one of your clients was Mr. Sir Darius.
Yes.
How was that, man?
That was an amazing experience for the fact that I was able to do a custom piece for Jumanji and Sir Darius for the film premiere, and then being here at the Chinese Theater here in LA.
Right, absolutely.
Which was awesome, and meeting a whole bunch of executives. Yeah. But the best part was me and Sir Darius kind of sneaking off from the whole Hollywood thing, which I love Sir Darius because he's so down to earth and humble, and and we kind of like snuck away from security and all of his Sony people, and we kind of like disappeared.
I love that. I love that. I almost see like a little adventure took place that night, you know.
Yes.
And then, you know, you go find some food or grub or whatever you want to do.
Yes, we did some pizza.
You see, yeah.
Lobster pizza.
Lobster. Ooh,
he introduced me to some lobster pizza, which is great.
Lobster, man. We from New York, so look, you get a pizza.